Remnant is the video game equivalent to a ransom note. It picks the little things it needs and then leaves anything it doesn't. This is a Gears of War-like third-person shooter with a chunky roll and over-the-top mantle to match. This is a Warframe-like in its use of randomly generated worlds. This is a Souls-like in its use of bosses and what are essentially bonfires and Estus flasks, which is great. Some of the greatest pieces of music are remixes, and unlike your average ransom note, this baby makes poetry. It really understands the material it's working with, surgically removing the elements it wants and molding those elements into something really special. I mean, the only truly original element here is the presentation, and even that is incredibly economical. Remnant is not a technically impressive game. Instead, it is artistically rich, combining a well-wrought post-apocalyptic setting with this weird occult styling. Perfect World have let the artistic vision carry the technical shortcomings because that is what matters in this particular game. Similarly, the core combat is ruthlessly efficient. Each weapon has its own distinct place in the roster, and each of them just feel amazing. Just like the rest of the core combat, which is just so Barry White smooth. Like, a reload still completes if you dodge your hit. And the number of invincibility frames? Very generous. Plus, each of the equipable abilities are direct and immediately useful, like fire-imbued bullets, an AoE heal, summoning an aggressive little bollock creature. Each of these are obvious in their utility as soon as you get them, while the passive buffs from leveling and armor sets make building a character simple enough that it can be an entirely Google-less affair. For goodness sake, don't get Google in your affairs. If you want to use a crossbow, wear the armor set that gives you a boost every time you reload. If you want to use the fire bullets ability a lot, use the trait that increases the ability charge speed. You see, it's got that little edge of spice, but most of the time, it's smooth, simple, and just fun to play. Even the enemies are a little bit dopey. They telegraph their attacks so heavily that they might as well be doing that Simpsons "I'm going to swing my arms like this and if you get hit then it's your fault" thing. And I swear these enemies are copying each other's homework, because this slash looks a hell of a lot like that slash. But I never minded, it just meant I was really good at dodging them, which is always fun to pull off, particularly in this game. Do you see how this is working? They're pulling tons of elements from other games, but they understand them so well that they can effectively shave them down to just their core. Like, the challenge never rivals a Souls game, but it has the elements that make those games so satisfying to play on a moment-to-moment basis. For example, they are aware that boss fights in the Souls-like genre can be a little prone to frustration. I mean, the mean machine Miyazaki himself still made the bed of chaos. So they erred on the side of fun. It's not that these bosses can't be challenging, it's just when you fail, you always kind of know what you did wrong, so there's no frustration there. You just want to get back in and get at it again. And I think that pretty much sums up what this game is. Remnant from the Ashes is the most beautiful Frankenstein's monster I've ever seen. The creators understand the function and quirks of every limb they've chosen to use. They have toiled over every stitch to ensure the parts fit together just so. And I think in the execution and creation of the beast, they found something brilliant and surprisingly unique.